Hello, I'm Duncan Craig, Head of Licensing at Citadel Chambers in Birmingham. In recent months, I've noticed a huge increase in the number of instructions I've been in receipt of from licensed businesses in order to advise them or represent them in relation to their commercial leases. Clearly, the pandemic has changed the whole landscape of the commercial world, and leases that operate within that are certainly no exception. I do remember from my time as an operator, I think at one time I held 8 leases on licensed businesses, and I certainly recall very vividly some of the landlords were eminently reasonable people to deal with, and were always happy to engage in some give and take when it was appropriate. But equally, one or two of my other landlords certainly did not fit that description, and so I'm well aware that not all landlords are playing ball at the moment, and certainly that's my experience dealing with it on a practical level in my professional life. I do believe that particularly for businesses that are in arrears, landlords are not going to find forfeiture of leases as straightforward as they would have done 1 or 2 years ago. I think the first reason for that is that the courts, I believe, are going to be much more accommodating to tenants who are in arrears than previously. Quite frankly, if all rent arrears are properly and fully enforced by the courts, then the economic system we live under, in my view, will simply collapse. The second reason landlords are going to find it more challenging is simply a practical one. The courts are going to be overwhelmed with claims when we get to the other end of this, and simply it just won't be as straightforward for landlords to get court hearing dates in order to effectuate forfeiture proceedings. And I think the third reason is I think landlords, and a lot of landlords are realistic about this, is that there aren't going to be the same number of or quality of operators looking to take these businesses on at the other side of this. So if you are a tenant of a licensed business and you are experiencing some difficulties, be that arrears or other issues you've got with your landlord, feel free to contact me. Certainly happen to have a chat. I mean, no obligation conversation we can have about your situation. I certainly have a significant experience in dealing with tenants who are facing difficulties with their landlord at the moment. I know that some landlords are unreasonable. I know that some of their legal representatives can be quite robust. None of that phases me, and certainly I'm happy to take an instruction on to hopefully enter into some meaningful and adult dialogue with landlords in order to come to an arrangement that is fair on both parties, and hopefully gives you a viable business moving forward once we get to the spring and things start to open up. Thank you.